Hey guys, welcome to the Big Blind Betting in Startup Ecosystem. Today we have Nitesh along with us. So Nitesh, can you give me a short understanding on what you are building on?
So right now our company is mainly working on workflows, business solutions, and giving the agentic solutions to the business operations. On the other segment of the part, we're working on something called as a company ops. So company ops is something which we are working on from past 2 years and researching more about it, and that involves majorly integrating multiple organizational systems into one single platform. So instead of you having multiple tabs and multiple applications opened in your computer, which leads to computer crash, so you will have the entire system under one UI system with an agentic ability.
Okay, I think agents is the next trend which is happening in
Yeah.
startup ecosystem. In fact, YC recently has given out a list saying
Yeah,
that
I think the same company brain was even listed on the request for
true.
startups in the YC there. So that was actually an lucky thing for us as well to apply for maybe 27 spring for YC.
Understood.
I think that can be an opening door for us.
But why did you decide to build this? I mean, what was your journey? What made you do it?
Because see, initially I've had a lot of friends in the industry, so they were explaining the difficulty in having multiple tabs and working on various systems, and few of my employees from other organizations also told that they have a lot of systems to handle. So then I thought, okay, even we were actually initially facing it. So they were like, okay, like how is it once we integrate something? So nowadays we have got a lot of SaaS systems where we have ability to integrate OpenAI and other providers. So I was like, okay, we can integrate the systems as well. So that will make it much more easier for us in order to the operations also, and it is very easy to commute. And when it comes to the agentic ability, if everything is under one simple platform, the agent can crawl through various prospects, whether it's an email, whether it's an PDF or any more. So this thought of simplifying things mainly came into my mind, and that's how it started.
Got it. But how did you, validate it? I mean, obviously, you do have thoughts.
Yeah.
And you do want to speak with some experts. You don't want to see if I am able to sell this.
Mm-hmm.
Will people buy it? So, have you done that? What was your experience in that?
Got it. So I have done the basic validation to that. So it's not like to the core validation. So the basic validation was through some of the colleagues of mine, some of the friends of mine who were working there, and I did work on some of the other startup founders as well, that I have some of the very close ones mainly, and they told, okay, I've got like around 75% to 80% of good response on this. So that's when I was like, okay, if we build this and go forward in this will be a very good start for us, and this is much needed for the market right now because I've seen people practically facing difficulty in the same. So that's the reason I've started working on this.
Got it. But still, one of the best thing what I like is every founder wants to, get into market, raise money and everything. But although you started pretty back, maybe be it stealth mode or you're doing multiple things, you were never back of raising
Correct.
fund.
Correct. Very true.
That, I mean, every investor would also want to see that, the founder is not, in a rush to raise funds. He knows
Correct.
what he is doing. So that's more like a proper utilization of fund. But what made you decide that no, I'm not going to raise fund until certain point? What was the motive behind it?
See, basically right now raising funds have become a trend. So any startup will be like, okay, I've raised funds. So they don't really know about what they're actually building. So what I wanted to build is I just wanted to have one strong product. So even if it's a VC or an incubation or whatever we're going and pitching it for, so they'll just go see what the product is. They'll see how viable we are. So based on that, I didn't want it to just blindly go and just pitch it to VC. So once we have a strong product about what we are building, not the completed product, maybe the MVP format on how we are building and what we are building. So that will give them an idea as well as an exposure for us, and also let them know that how strong we are. So that was the main reason I've still not gone to VC yet, and now we'll surely need to go on.
Got it. I think you already have some network in terms of speaking with them, any of the VCs. So what was the response, or how did you deal with it?
I've not talked to multiple VCs or investors. I've just spoken to like one or two, but the response was pretty much good, because the problem what the organization is facing, it's not only in India. So around the globe, in all the organizations, they do have the similar problem, because you have Zoho, you have Salesforce, you have HubSpot, you have many or platforms used by the organizations. So if everything is integrated in one single platform, I think, yeah, they did give a very positive response, and it reduces a lot of time.
Your model in terms of what you're building, I mean, I bet it's gonna be like something which everyone needs. But the challenge, what even investors' perspective is on certain, upgraded SaaS models, is that customer acquisition is always the challenge,
Correct.
because what the new, technology, what startups are able to provide, customers are not that, aware of adapting to it. So, what is your way of dealing with customer acquisition?
So when it comes to the technical aspects, we are just giving it very one-click integration system, because we can't we can expect it to be integrated from the core. So if it's an one-click integration, that's totally fine. And when it comes to the business perspectives, I think it is like not so easy to convince them, because they would have a working system right now. So if they want to shift an entire thing, it might slightly affect their operations as well. But if they really find it's very useful for them, and it's a beautiful system for them, I think they might move forward for it. And we need to first prove them that why the system is very efficient for them. So they'll be convinced and moving forward, and they'll also be proceeding forward with that.
So, who might be your target audience? Is this? And like, is it like a small scale, which sector based? Any short?
Got it. So, like in this segment, so we are going via application basis. So it's compatible for mid scale, low scale, high scale corporates as well. So we are going on platform basis. So right now we are just working on what all platforms can be integrated, and what all platforms can be accepted in order to just click on one click integration, which are compatible, which are not compatible. So we'll be adding more and more platforms. But the main motto is to fit in any kind of business in this application. It's not limited to one segment of business.
Understood. Understood. I mean, it's pretty impressive, I would say, in terms of where we are going. What do you feel about competitive in this market? Because everyone is now moving towards either some workflow automation or building agents in individual layer. Some of the larger guys are like, let me do agents in every
Correct.
flow of the journey. So how do you deal with this?
So yeah, competition is seriously there. So because as now IC has released the same old parameters in the list, many of the agency owners or the founders might have read that, and they would have inspired, and maybe they have a wider, larger funds and team to produce much. We just need to finally get the technical factor there, what we are making the difference in. So that technical factor difference, or what viable and why are we viable in the market, maybe I think that will leave us in a different way than what the others are in the competitive world.
How big is your team? Like, when you started back in 2022, totally bootstrapped. How big is your team? How are you able to,
So
sustain?
initially when we started, it was like only 2 members. It was just like a college project of how Leptron started. So then we started expanding. We worked on a lot of projects, including the Web3, blockchain, and AI solutions, agentic solutions. And right now we have around team of 15, and we are still expanding based on the requirements. And we have full-time 15 people working on projects, both the service sector as well as the company ops. Yeah, that's how the team is right now.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, I would say, for anyone to take a bet on.
Correct.
But as per your thoughts, if you had to choose raising funds, whom do you prefer in terms of the angels, family offices, or a mix of ultra HNIs, or VCs?
Maybe I think I'll go for family offices, because they have, it's like more, we can connect more. And the second part, I think I can go with the VCs. So VCs in the form of numbers, so they do connect in a right way. And I think the product what we are building, so they'll know exactly on how it works and what things are, because they'll have spent more time in the operations and the corporate part of it, so they'll understand in a better way.
In fact, what I felt in the ecosystem was also like, these until family offices, they are able to, blend in with the founders.
Correct.
Irrespective of what you're building, they take bet on the founder.
Correct.
Whereas VCs, early stage VCs, few of them take bet on the founder, but at the same time, they also value betting on the product.
Correct.
And post that, it is all on numbers and, what is your way ahead.
Correct.
I mean, obviously, a founder, when he's starting a firm, he doesn't desire to be a, unicorn in the day one, because he doesn't have that visibility.
Correct.
The journey has to go on to adapt and improve, and that's how the scale is. So what are your thoughts on where you want to reach?
So my thoughts were on the same lines on how you guided me right now. So once we have raised funds, because see, raising funds, it's not that necessary right now for us, but we'll surely be raising funds very soon. In order to, obviously, we need to build the product, we need to upscale it. Our main motto is to cover the entire region, not the not say the complete world. We do have a specific region, for example, Middle East, India, some of the parts of America. So we do have the primary region. So these primary regions is what we need to cover initially. But this is where my first goal stands.
Understood, understood. I mean, that was a pretty good, you know, insights, I would say, on what you are building on. I bet it did motivate a lot of young founders that don't always depend on, I want to raise money, I want to raise money.
Correct.
You gotta figure out what you want to do. You
Exactly.
gotta prove it, scale it, and then let people come to you.
Exactly.
That's a nice
See, when
insight.
you build something, when you're confident about the product, what you have, you don't need to rush to the VC. So you just let them know that what you're building, and once they know that product में दम है, so they'll come to you. So once they come, maybe like it's not so difficult on the other side. So you can easily raise funds and you can easily commute and easily commute with them. That's the best way you can do it.
What I feel is, if you are having customers and you are increasing your customer base and retention, that is all anyone would be
Hmm.
needing to take a bet on.
Correct. Because fine, on the end of the part, consumers and the customers are everything.
True.
So once the customers are very easy and they like the product and they're using it on day to day life, I think any VC or venture will be easily. I mean, they will easily accept it.
But what are your challenges in managing the team? Because obviously 15 people managing is obviously a challenge without having a lot of HR and other staff.
Correct.
So how do you deal?
So see, to be honest, in the organization, there's nothing called as HR system. So everyone reports to me directly. So we don't we're not dependent on each other. So each individual on the 15 members has their own tasks, and they have set of projects or the tasks which they need to complete. So because see, having this HR culture is not so difficult. We can have a HR hired and they can look after it. But we need to give a slight and a small exposure to the employee as well, so where they can open up their brains and they can work fully, so they will gel with the founders as well. So that gelling is what will make the product much more better, and they'll have a passion towards that as well.
That is true. But at the same time, what I have seen with a lot of other founders, their day is pretty packed in managing the other people.
Correct.
So how are you able to?
So right now I have a scheduled routine. So that's how things going on right now. So I do dedicate not the full time with my employees. I have a set time where we just gather in, report, ask doubts, or convey what is need to be conveyed to them as well. So we do have a dedicated 2 hours for that. So I'll that those 2 hours is entirely theirs. So that's how I'm managing right now. But I think once we scale up or we are moving forward, I think we should also go for the traditional approach like the HRs, managers. I think we need to move to that as well.
Got it. Thanks. It's been like a pretty good conversation.
Likewise.
Any short note you wanna give to young entrepreneurs planning to have a startup?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of exposure in now. They have internet in the hand. They can use it wisely. And the agentic era, the AI era, I think, like how Sam Altman said, like one person can build $1 billion company. It's not wrong if the person uses the resources in a right way. I think it's surely done. So let the youth choose it in a right way and proceed further, and let more startups and more products come in.
To add on this, what I also have seen in market when you go to investors. I mean, obviously, a startup is not equipped with all type of skills.
Correct.
There are non-technical and technical founders.
Correct.
When a non-technical guy goes and pitches, he wants a technical partner with them, and
Correct.
when a technical guy goes, he wants a non-technical
Exactly.
guy. Although you are showing the product or you are showing revenue, that behind this thing, we do understand it that it's good for a scale and divide and rule, but at the same time, you gotta have some pockets filled also to deploy. So
Very true.
what is the mix you are maintaining?
So the right now the mix is what I'm entirely depending on the family, because in my family comes from a business sector. So I do have the managerial roles which has been fulfilled for my family, and we do have my cousins, we do have my father who is fulfilling the managerial roles. So I'm entirely focusing on the team and the tech and the product mainly. So the rest part is being handled by those.
That is one of the main thing what
Yeah,
even I personally have faced, where founders with no backing and no support from personal level, it's very hard and very traumatic in terms of
exactly.
doing.
So, like, we can't let it out what we are facing. It'll just be inside us, and we can't let it out so easily that, okay, he can understand my pain. He can. It's like, see, our focus is on achieving something. So, the primary goal and the long term goal will only be that. So that's what I'm doing right now. See, getting a founder from outside, it's just matter of minutes, but getting aligned to the same vision is what makes the difference. So that's the key factor which I've still not gone in finding founders outside. So my focus was entirely on product until now. So once, as now we have reached the MVP, like, we are moving forward with whatever comes next and what the product needs mainly.
Great then. I think this video has brought in some insights in terms of how you should shape, or any founder should shape their journey from scratch till building the product, or let's say 0 to 1 to be specific. And yep, I guess you will figure out on what to take bet on and how to take bet on. See you.